Okay, good morning everyone. Today we're going to be talking about sex education. Okay. Uh it's going to be mainly what the church doesn't talk about. Those hidden private life of individual. And we know that when we were young, or rather the children that was born and brought up here, when they were in year 5, primary 5, the teachers they start teaching you what sex is all about, but they sometimes they base on puberty. Okay, so they tell you what you should do. They are not telling you what you shouldn't do and why you should not do it. Most time they tell you to do it, that is good, is enjoyable, you need to do it, it's beautiful, everyone does it, but they are not really telling you the impact of it. Okay, so most time make children start wondering, start being curious. They want to know, they want to sing, they want to explore, they want to feel it. Okay, they'll tell you that, oh, at certain age, as a girl, you start having you start developing, maybe your boobs start coming out, you start having hair within you, maybe you start having your menses and stuff like that. They could as well tell the men stuff like that. They will tell the men that, oh, uh this is what you're going to be experiencing. Your voice will change, your body will start developing, and they will go deep to in terms of exploring yourself. And that's the part I don't like. They made the children understand that it's okay to be who you want to be. They could even go, you can change yourself, you can feel yourself. They are encouraging the children to start doing masturbation, which is very wrong. That's not what the Bible says. They will even go ahead and give the children a free condom. They will tell them where they can get that. They just encourage the children to go and be exploring themselves, to go and be doing all those things the Bible is against. Those things are not really, they affect children mentally, but they don't talk about that aspect. The churches will say, okay, don't have sex before marriage. They don't tell them why they shouldn't. And they don't talk about pornography the way it should be. Children go to internet these days. At the age of 7 years, children have started exploring things, even when their parents are not there. Their parents doesn't even know what they're doing. Some go ahead and start putting in practice, and they became addicted to it. That's why you see children, for what reason they are always angry. They became self-isolated, because those are the things that they are watching, and those things are taking up their peace and is driving them crazy. They can't comprehend why they are doing what they're doing, and if they don't do it, they feel very upset to the higher standard. And these are things that parents don't discuss. They don't tell their children why they shouldn't do it. You don't have to do it, because it will put you in a circle. It's going to spoil your mindset. It's going to spoil your relationship in the future, because what you're seeing in the picture, in the telly, is different from normal life. So I know you're now in year 8, right? In school, did they taught you anything when you were year 5? What did they say?
They didn't really say anything. They just said they were talking about how, um, they didn't tell the girls about the boys and they didn't tell the boys about the girls. They just said how girls can start experiencing their period and stuff like that. That's it.
Is that how they said? Did they say anything about pornography, stuff like that?
They said um, that no, I don't think so. I can't remember.
Okay, what about you?
What did they say in year 6?
They only said in year 5.
So they didn't teach you anything else except for puberty.
Oh, that's all I can remember.
Have they taught you anything about that?
when I
What
was
can
in
you
year
say?
six.
You throw light to it.
Well, anyways, what I think this discussion should be centered around is what God says about all of this. What God says about um what God says about relationships. What God says about sex. What God says about how you should be behaving. So I know that in the Bible it says that we should probably even get it out. It says that we should not commit sexual immoralities, right? And that encompasses everything that is pornography, watching things that are not right, looking at videos that are inappropriate, looking at pictures that are inappropriate, you know, listening to things that are quite inappropriate as well. And it also says that in the Bible that we should keep our minds pure, which means how you keep your mind pure is by, you know, surrounding yourself with the right type of things and not looking at things that are corrupt. And one thing is that as you get older, it will become a lot more common for people to be doing things. And as Christians, we are meant to set an example. We're not supposed to follow the crowd. We're not supposed to do what other people are doing. We're not supposed to behave the way other people are behaving, say what other people are saying. Because in the Bible it says that we shouldn't allow corrupt things to be coming out of our mouth anyways.
Okay, that's amazing. Oh, well done, Sharon. So I could say on this topic, most teenagers they quite confused about it because the church will tell them don't do it. Okay, because
Okay, let's give them the examples of reasons why not to do it.
okay, the church they don't give them example why they shouldn't do it, because sometimes if you don't know why you shouldn't do what you're doing, you're like it's like someone is commanding you, someone wants to control you. But when they give you example why you shouldn't do it, then you will know when you do it this is the repercussion. Did you get it? So can you tell me why you shouldn't do it? Who can tell me why you shouldn't do it? Those are the questions, the answers the churches are not being able to give to the teenagers. Why they shouldn't explore themselves, why they shouldn't, watch pornography. What is the result if they do it? Did you get it? So what did you think is the result if you do explore yourself like masturbating, or you went and be watching pornography? What did you think will happen to you as a person?
You become corrupted.
Okay.
You'll be thinking of bad things, maybe. Or maybe you'll be thinking of the thing that you watched.
Well done. That's a good answer. So Sharon, what will you say?
Okay, so there's many effects to, watching whatever or doing things that are going against what God says, like watching pornography and masturbating. One of the main reasons is that it makes you addicted to it. It is an addiction. It turns into an addiction, almost like having drugs, almost like being an alcoholic. It's another form of addiction. Okay. So that means that it's another type of addiction, right? And people in the church, or even in the church, they don't tell you that it is an addiction. And there's many people in the church that are suffering with the addiction of pornography, and they're just obviously you're not going to say it because you feel ashamed.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody feels ashamed about talking about it. Okay. And it's a very big issue that's affecting many people, many women, many men, even pastors, even leaders. They're probably going through it. And what I was gonna say is that because it's another form of masturbation, it's another form of addiction. Once you start, you only have to do it once. You only have to do it once.
Yeah.
If you do it once, you start touching yourself even once, right? Once, and you are in a cycle forever.
Forever.
10 years,
yeah.
20 years, you'll be
You're
in that
still
cycle
there.
forever. Okay. It's a very dangerous thing. And when I was in year 6, they told us that we should do it.
Which is very wrong.
They told when I was in year 6, in year 5 they taught us about puberty, and then in year 6 they taught about sex, and then they were telling us, yes, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. You can do it. It's fine for you to explore yourself, which is extremely wrong because there's many side effects to that.
Yeah.
One, it's an addiction, so you'll be hating yourself when you're doing it because you know in your head that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know it's wrong, but you feel like, no, I need to do it. When you do it, after you've done it, you'll feel down. You feel
Your
you start
spirit.
hating yourself for doing it. But then because you feel it's almost like you were here before. You've now done it. Now you're here. You want to go back to where you do it, where the level that you were before. So you're doing it again, but you're gonna go back down again even more.
Even more. Because you need more. You need more, and it's affecting you psychologically. Is a very strong feeling, and it make you addicted immediately.
It's not something that children, teenagers should nobody should be doing it. In fact, that's in the Bible. It says nobody should be doing that. Nothing. That is not what God wanted. God is the one who created sex, and He created it for good. It is a good thing in marriage. It is for marriage. Marriage, right? When you are married to someone. If you're not married to anyone, you shouldn't be doing that. Even you should never be masturbating in the first place, whether you're married or not. That is a sin, period. That is just a sin from the pit of hell. That's
sin
not what God
against
wanted.
yourself.
That is,
you're inviting spirit against yourself. You're fighting yourself. It's gonna keep you in a circle. It's gonna make you hate yourself. It's gonna make you have negative mindset. Wherever you are, all you're thinking about is that. Some people prevent them from having a relationship that could lead to marriage. Because the picture they are seeing is just one way. You understand? It makes people stay in one position. You don't want to even socialize with other people. All you want is you want to go and get it done. You want to go and get it done because you became addicted to it. People that are suffering from it, they could not even plan to have, relationship or even to marry. Because they've seen the toy they are seeing in human body. And this is not the reality. It's like you want love, but you can't touch it, you can't feel it. Of course, we know that. But the one you are seeing in the picture cannot give you that desire you want.
that's fake.
It's fake.
They're in the room acting with cameras around.
So we shouldn't even think of doing it. The school, they corrupt the children. Oh, it's fine. You can explore yourself. It's nothing wrong about it. That's very wrong. So we want the church to start teaching the children why they shouldn't do it. Because most children are quite confused about why they should not do it. Because it became conflict, isn't it? The school is telling you, do it. It's okay. The church is telling you, don't do it. The church is not telling you why you shouldn't do it. The school is not telling you.
The school is telling you why you should do it.
Why you should do it.
They're telling you, yes, you should
it's
do
good.
it.
You should
and
do
they're giving
it.
you reasons why you should do it.
Which is a fake reason. They're not telling
It's
you
not the truth.
what will happen when you do it. So we've now seen that pornography and even self-masturbation is really wrong. So we have the education, we can teach people. Many people doesn't know about it. Even parents, they don't know. We should not be ashamed of it. We should be able to bring our children and teach them what it's all about, so we can support them in future for them to have a brighter future. That is what the Bible says. Because when you start having a negative imagination, what you're thinking about is just that. You're not going to be focused to do something relevant to your life. That's where you see teenagers, sometimes you don't know what is going on within their life. They can't even expose it. They can't tell their parents. You see them, some of them commit suicide. You can't imagine the rate of suicide among the teenagers. So those are the things they are battling within themselves. Because the more they access it, the spirit go up, when they stop, or rather when they don't do it for some while, the spirit come down and they want to go up. They want to achieve, derive that pleasure, but it's killing them. It's killing them. So we should not think about it. Okay?
So let's just say some practical things about so yeah, we've said the effects, one of the effects, which is, you know, that it's an addiction, and another point is that it affects your relationships in the future, because you'll be thinking about what you're seeing in this fake pornography or whatever. Another point is that what else? Another is that it leads to you now wanting to put it into practice, because everything starts from your mind. An idea comes from your mind. If you wanted to do a business, you had to think about the business first and then you put it into action. So if you're now watching all of this, the next step for you is now that you will want to put it into action. You will want to go and do these things that you're seeing at a young age, because you're not going to wait until you're married. It's an addiction. It's going to force you to do it as soon as you can. Yeah. Okay? And then you're going to be trying to have sex with people at a young age,
because you want to explore.
And there's many downsides of doing that. One, it makes you dysfunctional. The way you see relationships is not anymore something pure. Now it's only for you to see what you can get in relationships. And you start, God says, do not awaken love before it's time. You're awakening love at 14, 15, even 16, 17. There's no reason you should be awakening love quickly or early in terms of sex. When you do that, your life is going to be hard, difficult, because as you grow up, this is not going to end up well. Whatever you're doing is not going to end up well. It's going to end up with you getting hurt, with you hating the person because you guys, whatever happens, but that's going to affect you. And that, because you've been affected by that relationship that you were having, the next one you have, you will see it differently. That's why people, as they go along to different relationships, they always have issues from their last relationship. Like, they can't trust people, they hate people, they're very aggressive, they're very angry, they don't believe that love is real. These things are what happens. You become more hurt each time you keep doing this.
Exactly. Okay, well done everyone. That was a great one.